You get one chance every year to pick your classes. One isn't very many. Don't waste it. Everybody knows what it's like to be stuck in a class you don't want for a whole year of your life. That's why you have to be wise when you choose your classes. Basically, there are 4 important questions that you need to keep in mind when you are choosing your classes. What are my career interests? What are my plans after high school? What is the best career cluster and concentration for me? What classes do I need to graduate? If you can answer these 4 questions, then you won't have any trouble picking your classes and can be sure that you will have a great year next year. We will discuss each of these questions throughout this presentation. Before we get into all that, there are some basic do's and don'ts that you should keep in mind. Do pick a class that will help you prepare or decide on a career path. That's an easy one. It's free while you are in high school to explore. In college, it costs money. Lots and lots of money. Don't pick a class because your friend wants you to. Remember, peer pressure is bad. Do challenge yourself. Maybe try an honors class in a subject you're really good at. Don't take the easy way out. Colleges and employers look at the classes you choose and they can tell if you challenged yourself or if you are just being lazy. It's better to get a B in a tough class than an A in an easy one. Do your research. Look up classes in your program of studies book or talk to teachers or your school counselor. Don't avoid taking a class because you are afraid of the class or afraid of a teacher. Even tough teachers can be your friend. Do take your time to complete your scheduling form. This is the only homework assignment your school counselor is assigning you all school year, and it's not graded. I think that's fair. Don't bring your scheduling form back blank. You don't want to end up getting random classes you don't want. Remember what I said earlier about being stuck in a class you don't want? Don't let that be you. Don't waste this chance to pick your classes. Okay, now that we're done with that, I mentioned the Program of Studies book earlier. That's the big booklet in front of you. It looks like this. This book has every possible thing in it that you can imagine to help you schedule. This book will be available online, but you can follow along in this book during this presentation. Alright, let's talk about graduation. Looks like fun, doesn't it? These graduates worked hard to get there, and you will too. Do you know what you need to graduate? First, the magic number, 24. You have to have at least 24 credits to graduate. Let's do some quick math. You can earn half a credit per semester or 1 credit for the whole school year. That's 7 credits a year for your 7 classes. After 2 years of 7 classes, you should have a total of 14 credits. Each year, your grade level is determined only by the number of credits you have. Less than 5 credits means you're a freshman, more than 5 and you're a sophomore, more than 12 and you're a junior, and in order to be a senior, you have to have at least 17 credits. The magic number is 24, but there are specific classes you need to take every year as well. Turn to page 16 in your Program of Studies book. Page 16 shows you a list of the specific classes you need in order to graduate. Let's do a quick review. English. You have to complete 4 credits of English in order to graduate. English 9, 10, 11, and 12. English 11 is available in 3 formats: Regular English 11, Honors English 11, and AP English Language. Honors and AP English are weighted classes. AP stands for Advanced Placement and is most similar to a college class. In fact, if you pass the AP test at the end of the school year, you can earn college credits and get a head start on college. Next up, math. For 11th grade, you have a few options for math. If you are currently in Math 2 or Math 2 Honors, you will need to take Algebra 2 or Algebra 2 Honors next year. If you are in Math 3 LA or Math 3 STEM this year, you will need to take Pre-Cal Trig
or in AP or college math next year. Make sure you talk to your current math teacher to get a good idea of which math will be the best for you next year. Science. To meet the basic graduation requirements, you will need 3 total science credits: Earth Science, Biology, and one of the 3rd science options. Some of you may finish with science after your junior year. However, if you plan to go to a 4-year college and are completing the 4-year college or professional concentration, you will need a 4th science credit as well. We'll talk more about career concentrations, including the 4-year college or professional concentration, in a minute. For your 3rd science options, you can choose from chemistry, forensics, physics, human anatomy, environmental science, or an AP science. If you are planning to attend a 4-year college, we suggest that you take chemistry for your 3rd science credit.
Social studies. You need 4 social studies credits in order to graduate. Your 11th grade social studies credit is contemporary studies, which is also available as an honors or AP class. Talk to your current social studies teacher to get approved to sign up for honors or AP. In addition to your core classes, you need 1 health credit, 1 physical education credit, and 1 art credit. There are a lot of different classes you can take in order to get your art credit, such as Art 1, theater, band, chorus, housing design, photography, and media arts, just to name a few. You also need 2 electives. Those can be anything you want. That means anything.
And last but not least, you need 4 career concentration credits. Wait, what's that? Career concentration classes are 4 classes you choose that are related to a career area that you are interested in. In order to graduate, you must take 4 career concentration classes. There are a lot of options. Turn to page 32 in your program of studies and fold down the corner of that page. From pages 32 to 56, you will see all of the career concentrations listed. They are broken into clusters. You will see the cluster listed on the top of the page, then the name of the career concentration that falls under that career cluster, then the 4 specific classes that you have to take to complete that career concentration. Here are some examples. If you plan to go to a 4-year college, you will want to complete the professional concentration. This is listed on page 32. The 4 classes that make up the professional concentration include 2 foreign language credits, 1 extra lab science, and 1 elective that you choose. If you like building things, then you might choose millwork and cabinet making. This is listed on page 48 under the manufacturing cluster. There are 4 total millworking classes you take for the millwork concentration. If you enjoy cooking, then you might take the 4 different food and nutrition classes and choose the food science career concentration. This is listed on page 52 under the health science career cluster. 10th and 11th grades are the years that you start taking career concentration classes and narrowing down your choices. So make sure that you think carefully about what career concentration will be the best for you.
All right, now that you know your graduation requirements, what comes next? No, really, after graduation, what's next for you? What it boils down to is you have 1 of 5 options. Behind door number 1, you can get a job right after high school graduation. Now this works for some people, but your options might be pretty limited. Behind door number 2, you have the military. There are a variety of options in the military, and you can make a career out of it, or get the military to pay for your future education. If you have a specific career goal, you might check out door number 3 or door number 4, technical schools like James Rumsey or UTI, or 2-year colleges like Blue Ridge or Hagerstown Community College. You can get trained in a 1 or 2-year program, get a great paying job, and start working in your career field right away. Lastly, behind door number 5, you have the 4-year college option. This choice isn't for everyone because it requires more work, time, and money, but many careers require a 4-year degree or more. A 4-year college helps you get those jobs and work your way up the ladder. So which choice matches your career plan?
In order to answer that question, you have to have a career plan. It's okay if you don't know exactly what you want to do yet, but that does mean you have to do a little work to find out. Try some different classes in high school. Remember, it's free. After high school, exploring different career options can cost you a lot of time and money. Picking a career cluster and career concentration is a chance for you to try something out, get some practice, and find out what you're good at. There are 16 career clusters that cover practically every career that's out there. Turn to page 28 to see a list of the 16 career clusters listed at the bottom of that page. There are a couple dozen options for career concentrations too that match up with those career clusters. Remember, you have to have 4 career concentration classes in the same area in order to graduate. You've probably already started some, so you may already know your career concentration. If so, give yourself a pat on the back. That makes it so much easier for you to pick your elective classes for next year. If you don't know what your career concentration is, start at page 28 and take a look at some of the options. If you're planning to go to a 4-year college, you can do the professional concentration listed on page 32. Your 4 career concentration classes are your 2 foreign language classes, your extra science credit, and 1 elective that you get to choose. If you haven't taken foreign language classes, then you'll choose a career technical education concentration, something like the business, marketing, food science, millworking cabinet making, agriculture, or a James Rumsey concentration.
Now, if you plan to go to a 4-year college, the professional concentration covers some of the basic admission requirements to a 4-year college. But there are some additional requirements you want to know to make sure you can get into a college. Turn to page 5 in your Program of Studies book and fold the corner of that page down. In West Virginia, the basic admission requirements include a minimum GPA of 2.0 for all 4 years in high school, a minimum ACT composite score of 19 or SAT combined reading and math score of 910, 4 years of college preparatory math in high school, plus your extra lab science, and 2 years of the same foreign language. If you are considering an out-of-state college, make sure you check that college's website so that you know their admission requirements. If a 4-year college is what's next for you after high school, make sure you check up on how you're doing to meet these requirements. If you're not sure, ask your school counselor. They'll know.
Are you interested in going to James Rumsey Technical Institute next year? James Rumsey is a great place to learn a skill or trade that can help you get a great job after leaving high school. If you complete a James Rumsey program, you can earn a certificate that you can add to your resume and take with you to job interviews. If you are interested in doing a James Rumsey program next year, there are a few steps you need to complete. First, choose the top 2 programs you are interested in and mark them on your scheduling form. The James Rumsey programs are all listed on the back of your scheduling form at the bottom. Next, fill out the James Rumsey application and return it with your scheduling form. This must be completed in order to apply. Once you have applied and requested the course on your scheduling form, you will have an interview set up in the spring semester with the James Rumsey instructor. Based on your application and interview, you may be chosen to get into James Rumsey next year. If you would like to learn more about James Rumsey programs, turn to page 108 in your Program of Studies book. Fold down the corner of page 108. You can read about all the programs that James Rumsey offers on pages 108 through 126. Remember, when considering James Rumsey, each program takes up 3 periods for your 11th and 12th grade year. If you are unsure about whether you can take James Rumsey and fit in your other class requirements, talk to your counselor. Next year, you will have the opportunity to enroll in a new program called Integrated Production Technologies. That's a mouthful, so what is it? Turn to page 104 in your Program of Studies book and fold down the corner of that page. On page 104, you can read the descriptions of the 4 semester courses that make up the Integrated Production Technologies program. This program is offered by Blue Ridge Community and Technical College. Basically, it's a pre-engineering program. It is designed for students who are interested in engineering and STEM fields and is closely correlated to machine operator careers offered at manufacturing centers like Procter & Gamble. Because it is a high-level elective class, the classes will be weighted. In addition to earning high school credit, you will also earn college credit from Blue Ridge Community and Technical College. So when is it offered? This is a 2-year program that you will take in 11th and 12th grade year. It will take up 3 periods of your schedule each year, and the classes will be housed at Blue Ridge CTC's Tech Campus just up the road on Route 11. If you are interested in being involved in this exclusive program, make sure you choose this class on your scheduling form. Make sure you show your interest because there are only 6 slots available per school. Alright, now that we've covered all that, you are informed and ready to fill out your scheduling form. Make sure you choose 7 classes. You already know 4 of them: English 11, Contemporary Studies, one of the 3rd science options, and Math. Don't forget your career concentration classes. If you are completing the professional concentration, you will need to sign up for the 1st or 2nd year of your foreign language. If you are not completing the professional concentration, make sure you sign up for some classes in your concentration that you haven't taken yet. If you are planning to attend James Rumsey, make sure you choose this on your scheduling form and fill out an application. Remember, James Rumsey takes up 3 periods of your schedule for 11th and 12th grade year. Most likely you will have room for an elective or 2. For help picking good electives, check out the course listings on pages 57 and 58. Fold down the corner of page 57. This is a list of every class that is offered. For detailed course descriptions of each class, look at pages 60 to 105. Fold down the corner of page 60 so that you can come back to these pages later. This is one of the very best ways to find out what a class is about and determine if it matches your interests and career goals. After you've picked 7 classes, you will need to choose 2 alternate classes. These are your backup classes just in case any of the electives you pick fill up or aren't offered. Mark your alternate classes with an A for alternate. Remember, some classes won't be offered if there are not enough students signed up for them. Make sure you like your alternate classes because you may end up getting one of these classes on your schedule next year. As you are completing your schedule, remember that some signatures are required. Signatures are required for the following classes: honors classes, AP classes, the first year of foreign language classes, and all math classes. Make sure everyone talks to their math teacher today or tomorrow about which math class will be the best for you. You also need to have a parent or guardian sign the back of your scheduling form. Make sure you talk to someone at home tonight and tomorrow about your class choices.
Here are some of the most common questions students have about scheduling. Do I have to have 7 periods? Yes, you do have to have 7 periods every year. Can I do Rumsey and go to college? Yes, you can do both, but make sure you can fit all of your credits into your schedule. If you are doing the professional concentration and Rumsey, make sure that you have completed your 2 foreign language credits and your art credit by the end of your 10th grade year. If you do not, you will need to take summer school or night school in order to fit everything into your schedule next year. What if I need to make up a credit from another grade? If you need a class that is not listed on your scheduling form, write it in on your form. If you are behind on a credit and cannot fit it into your regular 7-period schedule, you may need to take summer school or night school in order to catch up. How old do I have to be to take driver's ed? That's an easy one. You have to be 15 years old at the beginning of the semester in which you will be taking driver's ed. What if I change my mind about my classes? It's very important that you take advantage of this one chance to pick your classes, because it can be very difficult to change a class once you've signed up for it. Think very carefully about the classes that you choose and choose them for the right reasons. If you do change your mind about a class, you have to talk to your counselor before the end of this school year. Schedule changes will not be made after school begins next year. Remember, this is your one chance to choose your classes for next year. Take advantage of this opportunity, choose wisely, and do what you love.